Hello and welcome to our series on fractions. Today we will be going over the naming of fractions as well as dividing and counting fractions. So we're going to start with naming fractions. So in this diagram over here, I have a circle that is separated into 8 equal parts. So one piece out of the 8 is equal to 1/8 or 1/8. And this means that 1 divided by 8 is equal to 1/8. So we say 1/8. Now, if I go ahead and take this wheel and color 4 of them in. So 4 parts of this circle has been shaded. This means that 4 out of the 8 parts of the circle is shaded. So it's 4/8. So we can see that we have this cake over here. It's this cake. If we divide the cake equally between 6 people, we get 1/6 of a cake. And 3 parts of the cake's toppings are sweets. And you can see I've highlighted them there. This means that 3/6 of the cake has sweets, which means that 3/6 will have sweets as a topping. Now we're going to head to our first example. So I have the shape in front of me, which is a diamond, and in the diamond there are triangles. There are 8 triangles in this diamond. So in our example, they ask us to write down the number of equal parts. So as I mentioned before, there are 8 triangles within this diamond. So we will say there are 8 equal parts. And out of that 8 equal parts, we can see that 4 of them have been shaded, which leads us to the next question, which we need to write down the fraction of the shape that is shaded. So we will be able to say that 4/8 of the shape has been shaded. The next part of the lesson that we'll be going through is the dividing and counting of fractions. So take for instance the shape that I have. This is known as a pentagon. So this pentagon has been divided up into 5 equal parts. So each part of the pentagon is a fifth. Now you can see that 3 parts of this pentagon has been shaded. This means that 3/5 of the pentagon is shaded. So what does the 3/5 mean? So we have 3 parts out of the 5 parts that makes up the pentagon. And when we put a number into a fraction, the top and the bottom are separated by what is known as the number of parts, which is our numerator that sits at the top of our fraction. The bottom, we name the number of parts. This is known as our denominator. In our next example, we need to divide a sandwich between 4 boys. So when we go through this means that the sandwich needs to be divided into 4 parts if we need to divide one sandwich, which means that each boy will get a quarter of the sandwich. When dividing and counting, we can also use number lines to show and count fractions. As you can see here, I have a number line that is from 0 to 1, and these are counting 8s. So all the way from 0/8 to 8/8, 8/8 makes up a whole because all 8 parts have been used. And in between we have 4/8, which is our halfway mark, which makes it 4/8 equal to a half. So when counting fractions, they will ask you probably to do something like this. Count in fifths from 0 to 1. So we will start at 0/5, 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, and 5/5. That's all for our class today. We will be continuing in our next session. We hope to see you again soon.